Ah, boy. Yeah, listen, when it rains, it pours. Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. So I just checked and verified some information, and the information turns out to be pretty true. That information is that one of the persons who is considered a key suspect in the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moise was just arrested in Jamaica. Of all the places to run to, he ran to Jamaica. We're going to talk about that in a little while, but right now, U.S. News says that Port-au-Prince Haitian authorities said on Thursday, which is today, that a Colombian national that is considered a suspect in the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moise has been arrested in Jamaica as investigations continue. The 53-year-old former businessman Moise, who took office in 2017 in Haiti, was shot dead in his private residence in July, and his wife was wounded in the attack. His children were also in the house, but they were not hurt. We remember that story. It threw Haiti into further chaos, as if there was not enough chaos there already. And it's just been quite a downhill slide for Haiti since his assassination. More gun violence, more kidnapping. Matter of fact, they have ramped up the kidnappings so much that right now they just recently kidnapped 17 missionaries that were visiting the country, trying to spread the word of God and do some goodwill. So the Haitians are not playing any joke. And let's not forget, they got hit by a massive earthquake in 2021 shortly after President Jovenel Moise's assassination, and then you had a flux of Haitians show up at the U.S. border and actually crossed into the United States of America in the numbers of thousands. Thousands of them, up to 12,000 at one point, were sleeping under a bridge camped out in Texas, USA. The USA has done about 30-something flights in a 1-month period, returning these Haitians back to Haiti. So majority of them are not going to get any kind of stay here, we'll look out for you asylum kind of treatment, not even temporary asylum. The U.S. is looking to get rid of the majority of them as quickly as possible. Some of them, though, are choosing to self-deport and are choosing to go other places other than Haiti because it is that bad there. Those who were not given a choice and who were brought back to Haiti, the reports on the ground in Haiti is that those people are losing their minds when they get there. They've seen cases that look like people were having a psychotic break when they got there. That is how bad it is and how much they did not want to return. You can't blame someone for trying to go somewhere else where it's safer if they're not a part of the mix. So a group of Colombian mercenaries emerged as the main suspects, although nobody has been charged or convicted in connection with the assassination of the Haitian President Jovenel Moise as yet. In this case, Haitian authorities, according to U.S. News, has now identified the person that was arrested in Jamaica. The Haitians have identified him. They have said, yes, this is Mario Antonio Palacios, and we have been looking for him. So, where this is going now, it should be going something like Mario Antonio Palacios should be looking to be deported from Jamaica. I'm going to dig into the Jamaican news for a minute to see what the Jamaicans are saying about the whole situation. I'm taking this from the U.S. News right now. Mario Antonio Palacios is part of the mercenary group. And this man is very dangerous, says the Haitian authorities. The Haitian National Police has him on their wanted list. They officially put this information up about him on their official Twitter account. This is a dangerous man that needs to be brought in. Reuters was unable to reach a representative for Palacios. No lawyer, no anybody. Jamaican authorities confirmed on Thursday that the person which they described as likely being Colombian national, has been arrested. Jamaica gave no further information about that person's until today. Now, today, it is main front page news in the Observer and other news entities coming out of Jamaica, where it says, Observer Online, sources are reporting that Colombian former military officer Mario Antonio Palacios, who is wanted by international law enforcement in connection with the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moise, has been arrested in Jamaica. The sources says that Palacios was held by local police for illegal entry into the island of Jamaica, but checks later identified him as the man who was flagged by International Criminal Police Organization, or Interpol, based on an investigation by law enforcement officials in Haiti who are probing the July 7th assassination of Moise. There has been no official word yet from the local police in Jamaica, and the sources have not indicated where or how Palacios was held. So they haven't said, like, we caught him in a traffic stop, or he was out after curfew, or he ran up in a building and we ran after him and he had an illegal gun. They haven't said we caught him in a halfway house, a warehouse, in any kind of, they haven't given a description of how he was held and where exactly he was held. Those details are still being withheld, and we're hoping to hear the entire story. How did they know about him? Was he walking about just thinking he could blend in and he did not? Did somebody say, hey, look at him because I've seen him on the wanted list? I don't know. Or did Haitian authorities working with Jamaican authorities have a list of who to look out for already? I am thinking it was the latter, right? Sources say that Palacios was held by local cops in Jamaica who are probing, and the Haitian officials have said, yes, this is him. There has been no official word yet from the local police, and the sources have not indicated when or where or how he was held. Haiti issued a wanted bulletin for the former Colombian military officer, whom it claims had traveled to the country at least one day before the assassination of Jovenel Moise. The Haitian National Police, in its notice, described Palacios as a very dangerous man, as did the U.S. News that I just said on their official Twitter website. They said that he is their Twitter account, he is a very dangerous man. And the authorities, according to the PHN, the man had traveled with several former soldiers involved in the assassination. It is said that he left Colombia for the Dominican Republic on Friday, June 4th, traveling by the El Dorado airport. The authorities said that he was on the same Avianca flight with other members of the commando unit who allegedly stormed the presidential mansion and killed Jovenel Moise on the inside. I've done videos covering this before. If you look back at some of those videos, some of these guys have actually spoken about who gave the order to kill. I believe the doctor from Miami was the doctor who wanted political power in Haiti, and he was financed by some investors who had interest in Haiti's resources, and this is how he would have paid them back. He thought they were going, that is his story, they were going in there to capture Jovenel Moise, to take him out of office, end his term, and seat that doctor from Miami in that seat as president of Haiti. It did not happen that way. Someone else gave a direct order the day before they stormed Jovenel Moise's house. And he said to them directly, this is printed already by these mercenaries, They were given the order when the mission changed the night before that this is not going to be an apprehension. This is going to be an assassination. You must kill him. They went ahead with it. And this man right here, who was caught in Jamaica, fleeing from authorities, is said to be a part of the group that went in and committed the assassination. Now, man, listen, this can go all kinds of ways, but let's talk about this as from a Jamaican perspective. You know, there's a lot of things that's going on in Jamaica. I remember an airplane landed in Jamaica recently. Skillibeng put it in a song and went over to the crash site and made a video, and the video went viral. His song went viral. The occupants of that plane were never found. They were described as people that looked like Colombians or Hispanic Americans, and we're still wondering what was the plane doing there and how did they get away. Are they still on the island, and who on the island is backing them and helping them, and what was their visit to the island for? That plane landed on the island on a beach. It did not crash. Okay? With that going on, we've also heard over the years the strong connection between Haiti and Jamaica as far as guns and drugs and human trafficking, and also wanted people like Jamaica's most wanted men running off to live in Haiti, and Haiti's wanted criminals running off to evade authorities and living in Jamaica. This is the reason why when the murder rate goes up, you had some Jamaicans that were saying, it's not us, it's the Haitians that are coming in because they're already illegal and they're already used to killing and they're running away from the law. But, you know, a lot of us are saying, nah, it's us Jamaicans alone. Now, I'm not blaming the Haitians for the killings that are going on because that has never been proven so far, that not one Haitian came to Jamaica and committed a murder. Although there are a lot of murders on the island that have no trace back to who committed those murders. But things like these, a fugitive of this magnitude, wanted by international law, chilling out in Jamaica somewhere, kind of gives us some truth, some validity to the talks that were going on before. The guns are coming in from Haiti because, you know, Jamaica is flooded with guns. And a lot of people say, hey, but Jamaica don't make guns. They don't have gun factories in Jamaica. So where are these guns coming from? The question and the answer to that will make you dig deeper, because the answer is the same for Haiti. Haiti has no gun factories. Well, that is what I thought. If you have been one of the people that were following the Demetrius Herod situation surrounding the assassination of President Jovenel Moise, you will know that one of the things that they were working hard on is bringing gun manufacturing to Haiti. And they wanted to be the ones to bring it there and the ones to control that market. Guns, this man is able to put together that are called ghost guns, because they cannot be traced anywhere and they would be manufactured there. I can't help but to think that they do have the capabilities in Haiti to manufacture these guns, and these guns are coming into Jamaica through Haiti. I can't help but to think that it is true. Remember, they talked about meat and food in exchange for guns. That was another one. And I was saying, why would people exchange meat and food for guns? There was a time where gangsters, or would you say street people, or whoever they are, criminals, criminal elements, were preying heavily on farmers in Jamaica. And they would take away cows, and they would take away pigs, and they would take away animals that were large, and they would slaughter these animals, and they would take the meat and send the meat to Haiti in exchange for guns. But not only the meat would go, When people go missing, sometimes these people go through Haiti in order to get on to their next destination. You understand? Haiti is strategically placed in right where it's at. It is one of the points where things must go through as far as guns and drugs and people. Things must go through there in order to get to other places like the United States of America, Canada, England, and so on and so forth. So is Jamaica. And these two islands work hand in hand with these activities to make sure that whoever is involved gets their money, and the island people who are involved gets their money as well, and business is conducted as usual. I'm not surprised that he got found in Jamaica at all. I'm just surprised that he's been there for a while and he's only now getting caught. But hey, he went to a nation that is predominantly Afro or African descent people, so he blended right in. So the follow-up story to this will be very interesting. I can bet money on this. Somebody in a position of authority was able to get him into the country. Now the question digs this: did any Jamaican authorities have anything to do with the assassination of Jovenel Moise? Or is this a case of them taking money, lining their pockets to hide a high-profile fugitive? We will find out later, because I want to know the rest of the story. I want to know how he came into the island, when he came into the island, and I also want to know if the Jamaican authorities are going to plug that hole that he came in through so no others could come in through it or leave through it, be it guns, drugs, people, or anything else. It has been established and confirmed that he came into the island illegally. Imagine what else has gone in and out through the same way that he entered. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. And I'll catch you on the next video with SouFLoTV. Shout out to my Haitian people. Ça passe. We got love for y'all, man. One Haitian, one Caribbean family. Yes? I'm out. Peace.